Oh, good day. Good day. Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. It seems kind of dark for some reason. Yeah, I think I want another apartment. I want to be facing the sun. I want to be. I don't even have a lot of stuff, so it wouldn't even be that difficult. I'm going to go over there today. But it's just going to have to do. Okay, let me get everything. Oh, honey, I found another video. I didn't find the one I was talking about with the AI content, but I found another one. It must be a lot of them out there. It must be a lot of this AI content making fun of y'all, sister. That's y'all. That's what your friends think about you. That's what they think about you. We're going to watch it. Let me get my stuff. Where is my stuff? I forgot what movie that was. For Colored Girls. And sister said somebody almost ran off with my stuff. And I said, hey, mister, where you going with my stuff? Bring my stuff back. Here it is right here. But yep. A whole laughing stock. Black America, you a whole laughing stock for everybody. And then nobody even have the for all the love, didn't even have the courage to just let you know. Your people. Save your people. Save your people. All this coalition building, mingling, marrying, building bonds and stuff. Save your people. Put all that effort into your people. Folks just forgot. They act like they were waiting on our greatest minds to transcend. How you doing? It's good to see you, Uncle Kel. It is so good to see you. I'm used to seeing your name now. I really don't be knowing who on the other side. I sure don't. But hey, I can be civil. I'm here by my ancestors, my people. I don't know what other folks is here about. That's why I want to let you know. I don't want you wasting your time. I don't want you being mad, irritated with me. Feel free to go over there with sister or brother. Or we might not be doing no reading or talking if I don't find the right charger. Let me see. Let's see what I can switch up with. Honey, baby child. You already know this shit. Oh, my ancestors. This might be the right one. Let's see. No, that ain't Let me try with this. Well, let me see if it's at least charging. Nope, I don't see the little battery thing on the inside there. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna waste our time today. It might got what, like 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You know, I'll get long-winded and get to talking about black folks and what we going through and stuff, and we here to read. We all got an opinion. It just so happens that, yeah, I'm ready to let mine out. I'm ready to let mine be known about everything. If this is it and this has going down, well, I got something to say too. I sure do. I got something to say too, and I'm gonna say it. Now that I made it here and trying to find my way around in these technological streets, so I can get this off my mind, off my chest, what I need to say about my people. I sure am, honey. I don't care who like it, who don't like it. My mama knew that I was gonna, however I felt, I was gonna be able to say it. She didn't say, face. Now you mind yourself. She just was like, mm-hmm. As long as you know, and I do know, I'm reading it right here in the books, and she right here with me while I'm reading it. I asked her. Yep, I sure did. I was on a live. Ooh, it was so many people on there. With thousands of us on that live, and I was talking to my mom. I heard her voice. I went and put on one of her dresses. I think the only one I got. And that right there was my confirmation when she told me, don't put on that dress right there. I went and ended up putting on one of my mama's dresses. And, yep, that's when I was like, okay, I got my personal freedom. I got my permission from my mama, And my daddy proud. Honey, my daddy proud. Face. I knew you were walking to me for some reason. But my daddy called me Pooh. Pooh. I knew you was going to be walking to meet me. I didn't know when you were going to come. But yeah, it ain't no problem for me to speak about my people stuff. I cannot find a charger. I have looked. It must not be meant for me to read today because I did think about it. But that's okay. I'll be back tonight and stuff. And I maybe left a cord in the car. Because I forgot my charger in the car the other night. And there's so many of them. There's so many different chargers and stuff. I'm finna color code them. I'm finna use these markers and I'm going to color code these charges. What goes with what goes with what. And, that's going to be that. But, yeah, it's so good to see y'all. I hope y'all have a wonderful day today. And, just try to stay calm. If you do got to get upset, if anything gets you out of character, let it be about your people. Let it be about your people. Not no damn you did this and you took that and stuff. If it ain't about your people and stuff, gone. You must have needed it more than I did. You picked up that $5 I dropped. Broken shades. But I'm just saying. Just let it be. It's something small. Count it as a loss. You'll get it back in heaven. And you know what I feel about that, honey. I'm just saying. I ain't trying to pick with it and stuff. I ain't even got to read the copyright disclaimer because we ain't reading. I'm just here to talk a few minutes and stuff. And I want y'all to have a good day. Go work on your garden. I guess I'll get out here and do something to mine. I really don't want to add no more soil over my leaves until they at least get a little fuller. I want them to get a little full because they ain't getting much sunlight and it's just a whole bunch of dirt. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to squeeze the pots, and loosen them up just a little bit. Maybe tap them with something. Just loosen them up a little bit. And maybe water them some. But I'm not going to put any more soil on them and stuff because I don't know. I got it. I'm finna go over to the office now. Yeah, but I love y'all. I love you to life and afterlife. We ain't got no charger. The laptop is going to cut off. So I just want us to, remember your people. Love your people. Just love your people. Have a little patience with us. I have to tell myself this every day almost. Have a little patience with us. Some days it's okay. It's good. Some days it ain't. Some days I got a song ready. Yes. Most I try to have a song in my heart. But some days, I have to sing back to back. Just have a little patience with us. We are very traumatized. We know this. We coming out of it. That's the most wonderful thing. We can have patience for those that we need to have it for. And be helpful with us. Be helpful with us if we can. Don't go out your way. If you know it's going to upset you and you're going to be mad and cussing the whole way. Hell, I didn't know I'm going to have to drive 2 damn hours to come and get you. But, just, be loyal to yourself. No, I can't do that. I can help you get back, though. I can maybe give you $25 and you can get you a cab or Uber or Lyft or something. But I can't drive no 2 hours to come and pick you up, to drop you off. And just, try it differently. Let's just try it differently for us because everything is fucking up. That little robot running his ass around in Detroit. I guess that's where that little robot is in Detroit, running around. Little video thing, and that's just the beginning. Because it's all kind of robots, different robots, human-looking robots, Terminator-looking robots, dog-looking robots. It's all kind of robots, y'all. They putting them out here on the streets and stuff. Right now, as we speak, they're out there recording your ass, listening to you, and they can see a long way. Yep. Looking in your house with the infrared and stuff. Everything just shot to hell. Go on and call on spirit. Spirit come through. I was looking at a video last night. I watched a couple. Oh, guess what? I started watching her last night. Yes. Queen of Four. Yep, sister. Oh, my sister. Honey, we're going to have to get with it and stuff. I am. And those like me that ain't reached these pinnacles, that's self-care pinnacle. That's what that's going to be. Honey, whoa, that is such pampering, sister, that we don't even know nothing about it. We don't even know nothing about it. We trying to be like the white woman. Yep, trying to be like her, but honey, that's different. They different. We can't be with that no more. It'll all come back to that. Be yourself. Black America. Be yourself. Whoever the hell you are in this hell, because you is in hell. I can't even say it's a hell lake of fire. Can't nobody say it. Everybody say, some people say they had an NDE. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, this right here, hell for you. This is hell for you. And just how you think. Think for yourself. Some of y'all might say, hell, there's so much evil on this motherfucking planet. It's got to be 3 hells. Or maybe 2. However you think. Dr. Deborah Blair said, you don't know the truth until you decide it. Can't nobody tell you what the truth is. They're like, can't nobody tell me what heaven is. They cannot tell me what heaven is. Give me no picture, no vision, no spiritual dialogue of what heaven is and stuff. No, I got my own vision of what heaven is, even if I'm by myself in the afterlife. Honey, I'm going to be just as free and happy. Yes. I'm going to spend my forever and ever and ever and ever and ever looking for black folks. Yep. I ain't going to be in heaven with y'all. That's white folks' vision. And I'm not going. I refuse to go. After read some, I made up my mind. I'm not going to heaven with white folks. All of our ancestors that was slain and burned at the stake and lynched and skinned. Mary Turner, baby being cut out of her and the baby. All they knew about was heaven. Isaac McGee over here in Duluth, Minnesota. Isaac McGee, Elmer Jackson, and Elias Clayton was lynched because of Irene Tuscan. Her and her boyfriend, Jimmy Sullivan, done lied and said that some black men at the carnival done assaulted Irene Tuscan. So white men got riled up. Went to the carnival and got like 12, 15, 20, I don't know. Got a lot of black men and brought them back to the jail in Duluth. Hung them. Went up in the jail to get the rest of them. Wanted to get all of them. And there was one brother in there. His name was Anthony. His name was Anthony. I don't remember his last name. But Anthony was standing in that cell, honey. When they made it to his cell, he wasn't under the bed. He didn't have the mattress up hiding him and stuff, Anthony was waiting on him with his fist balled up. So this is what y'all ass come in here to do. We didn't do nothing to that girl. Didn't nobody hurt that white girl. And then nobody hurt her. Irene and her boyfriend lied. Then Irene went home, picture perfect. Her mama was sitting on the couch eating an apple. Said, Irene, how you doing? And Irene said, I'm going up to bed. Went on up to bed and stuff. Meanwhile, Jimmy done took his ass to work, told his daddy the story, the lie. And that's where it started off from. So it was a lynching in Duluth too. But the thing to me is that the lynching was like 10 months after Red Summer. So my big brain told me, because Dr. Francis Chris Wilson said I got one. My big brain told me that white folks was living vicariously. It's a new word. White folks was living vicariously through what white culture was doing to Black America. And they still is. They still living vicariously. You may not know about the twins. You may not know about Trayvonte. Because we don't know. We don't keep up with what's happening with us. But white America do. White America know every single thing that white folks is doing. I don't know if they exposing it on their own sites where they all can go and keep up with it and stuff, or how. Maybe it's a telepathic thing, because other than the media and they churches, I suppose, letting them know about a lynching, white folks, 10,000 white folks at one time, 50,000 white folks at one time at a lynching. It's got to be some in it. I don't know how to explain it, but it ain't pro-life. That's for sure. So anyway, to me, white folks was living vicariously through them massacres, them race riots that they call them. They were living vicariously through them race riots. Then they wanted to experience it themselves. Some of them, if not all of them, went out there to do it. I'm fine living vicariously through it. I don't have to go out and watch it. I'm fine. I just sit here and know. But they ass let it happen. They ass condoned it and went along with it. And okay, do it then. I'm not going to be a part of it. Living vicariously through what their culture does to my people. That's why I'm here. If Martin had one more speech, he would have told you, Black America, to please judge white folks. Judge white folks. Sabrina ass too. Sabrina motherfucking ass too. I know you've been married to her for 35 years. Got 9 grandbabies. 4 beautiful daughters. Yes, honey. I know all that. And what has it done for your people? We need to start asking our sons and our daughters when they bring Becky and Ken ass home, what is you doing for our people? I know what you're doing for her. See, I know what your ass doing for Shay Shay. You ain't got to tell me that. But I want to know, what is you doing for her people? Her cousins, nieces, nephews, her brothers, aunties, uncles, great-grandmama, Nana, Big Mama. Come on in here for a minute. We need to start setting some boundaries. We ain't just free for motherfucking all no more. We can't be. We cannot be. Because if that's the case, I don't know who gonna get you before Sophia get you. If Sophia is over you, Black America, I don't know. Maybe you'll be programmed to do what everybody wants you to do again. I don't know how this new slavery thing is gonna work. I don't really foresee the plantations. They all burning down anyway. Burn all the motherfucker spirit. But the smart cities would be a mighty fine place to put your black ass. Yep. Honey, you could go my clothes. You could go all over that city, that little smart city, in 15 minutes. It might be 30, that'll make you happy. But I can't see white folks living in no smart city. I just can't. Even if you can, I cannot. White folks want to be free, where they could be out here and destruct and devastate and control and rule. That's my tree. Don't you pick a leaf. Don't take a picture beside that tree. Ma'am, this tree is at the dog park. We got all our dogs out here. Come on, Butch, piss on this tree. I'm just saying. I don't see white folks being in no smart city. Not even elder, vulnerable white folks. No, I'm so afraid. Why you at Target, Walmart, Macy's? Because y'all ass being Macy's. And you scared. That car just louder than yours. I'm just saying, I don't see them in a smart city. So I don't know how this new slavery thing's supposed to work. I'm listening to Dr. Deborah Blair. Ain't nobody really told us. Well, I ain't seen it yet, how this new slavery thing's going to work. Where you going to be put? Where the concentration camps. Maybe it's going to be the concentration camps and the smart cities. I don't know. I ain't never been this manipulative. If you got some suggestions, then yeah, let us know, because we need solutions now. I do. And as I'm looking for solutions for me, since I'm here, I got to be telling you, you come up with a better solution, let me know. Let me motherfucking know, so that I can do it too. We can do it too. I'm just saying. But let's magnify this, because we got a little bit of juice, honey. We're going to ride till the wheels fall off. Yep. Larry, how you doing, my brother? It's so good to see you. It is so good to see you. Yes, it is black first. Honey, when worst come to worst, mines come first. That's it, and that's motherfucking all. Show will. That little baby out there, get that baby out the sun before it gets suntan. Yeah, you can bring it on in. Bring that baby in, give it a little milk. Get it dry and warm and stuff. Somebody find a surrogate mother and take it to it. Take this baby over there to the right one for it to be with. We ain't looking for no infiltrators this go round. Now, this the last end of it. When I sat down, this the last of this fight. The few of us that's finna come now, like me, this the last of it. Yep, that's the last of it of us. Now, how you raising your babies, your godring, they gonna be what you raising them to be. They gonna be what your ass raising them to be. I don't know what's they gonna look like in the future. Because if you ain't teaching them, not even about Dr. Umar Johnson, then how the hell they gonna know to choose who to be with out of your own people? Have black babies. That's why your ass here. Why else you think you here? Who they gonna come on here the other night tell me you here to serve God? You here for God? Oh. I ain't even gonna go there with that stuff because you know as far as I'm concerned, why so many guys? Y'all need to be calling on all of them. Every last one of them. You need to be calling on all of the Jesuses because there was Horus, Dionysus, Tamun, Krishna, Buddha, Zoroaster. There's so many of them. Osiris, Anubis. Horus was the first virgin-born deity way before Jesus. See, white folk just got here. White folk just got on this planet like last night, 9:15 p.m. That's when they touched down. Because we've been here forever and ever and ever. We ain't even got no beginning. They don't know. I don't know either, but I know they don't know. We've been here so long. Higher power didn't even have a name. It was just cosmic energy. It was just energy. And it was birthing stars, moons, galaxies, new constellations. No, not new constellations because they still remain the same in this plane right here. Maybe on off and stuff in other galaxies and stuff. Stars, rainbows, whatever the ethers produce. That's what it was birthing. So cosmic energy wanted to live on planet Earth. Out of all the planets, and there's so many planets, y'all. Honey, it's a multiverse out there. It ain't no universe. Baby, it's a multiverse out there. I'll go into it another time because it is deep. All of it is to me because I didn't know all of this. But cosmic energy, and that cosmic energy exists on other planets too, I'm sure, in their own way. In their own way, they just didn't need a physical body. But to be on Earth, you need a physical body. So cosmic energy came to Earth as a black woman, a black man. Soon as that star hit the star and it spread out like that, that was the seed. That was the seed in the soil. When it hit and that seed went off in the soil, and then it just magically spread all over the planet. All over this planet, y'all. The waters too. It just rippled right on across the waters and stuff. And it covered the whole planet. That's why we are the people, the parent of all people. When the Bible say, your Bible say that God gave you dominion over the animals. That's because you were the first one. You the parent of all people. The animals are you were supposed to protect the animal kingdom from white America. You didn't even protect the animal kingdom, Black America. You did. And Black Africa too. But since I'm here in America and I'm just learning, I mostly refer to Black America. But to me, Black America and Black Africa are truly one. And you got to fix yourself and get yourself back right. Because if only one part of that brain, the Black Africa, Black America, them two lungs, if only one of them is functioning, you're not going to really line up with Mount Shasta and to see Mount Axel when they cross, and Mother Gaia actually just purges all her wrathness out on those that have devastated her, because Mother Earth, the planet, is alive. So it's really going to take Black Africa and Black America to get right with each other. Everything that we got going on with us, we got to squash that. Deal with it. Handle it, my brothers. Y'all can handle it. You intelligent. You resourceful. You got knowledge. You forgive. You done forgave white America for everything. Forgive each other. Find a motherfucking way and forgive each other. And my sisters, let's forgive each other. Now, what is we jealous each other for? Huh? You sitting over there looking like Claude girl. Take them damn nails off and stuff so we can get back to gardening and being our natural self. Honey, the sun miss you. We miss you. We miss seeing us, being with us and stuff. You know how happy we be when we see a sister that know she a sister. Yeah, I'm just saying. I ain't throwing no judgment or no shade or nothing like that, but honey, I ain't got time for it. I just need y'all to know. AI even out here fucking picking with you. AI making fun of your damn asses. Got on big ass gorillas running down the street with little bitty purses, some name brand purse. Got on some fully made up name brand, a pink wig, a white bag with pink letters, a white and pink outfit, some name brand shoes, the whole get up. All of them done left a little baby gorilla sitting on the back of the tree, I guess. Left them sitting by the bushes somewhere. The ones that can walk and run, they probably running behind them. AI even making fun of it. Somebody got to do something. Do something. Who you waiting on? They ain't came yet. Who else you waiting on? Jesus. He ain't came yet. Well, who else you waiting on? White people. They ain't coming. No. White people get there and have what you need right there and throw all of it away. Throw it the fuck away. Yeah, because you ain't going to get it. It's you. Ain't nobody going to tell you that you the one you waiting on. Like you need to understand it. They give us some of it. They just give us some of it. What the fuck? I mean, we need the whole truth of what's going on with us, Black America, so we can get a chance to get together and fix us. Y'all really want to see us. Y'all really prepared. You okay with letting the rest of us being sacrificed? That's what y'all literally saying. Y'all okay again with letting those of us that don't know these things be sacrificed so that you'll still be able to keep your mini mansion. You'll be able to keep your big old 7-digit bank account and all your cars and stuff. Oh, you'll get you a couple of Sophias, maybe a robot dog or two. Po Butch ain't gonna know what to think. Po Butch just gonna be sitting there till he start talking. They done brainwash y'all asses. They got you calling death on yourself. Black America. Other folks their kids might fall in line with it too and say, oh, I'm flatline. Talking about your dead. I had to tell my daughter, so don't say that shit around me. The last thing I want to have a mental vision is your ass in the casket. Dead. Done call death on yourself. We've been doing it so long. Good morning. Didn't know that. That was so subtle though, wasn't it? I mean, that motherfucking trickery was so subtle. Everybody was doing it. Everybody, them the first 2 words you learned after mom and daddy is good morning. I mean, good morning. Yep. Let you know you wake up. Oh shit. Or something like that. But normally the first 2 words after mom and daddy is good morning. I don't know, I guess I see things different than we do. But we need to start looking at things just differently. Look at things differently. I don't know. I didn't see that video that was saying we got 2 weeks. Maybe it was telling me something else. I don't know. I didn't even get to watching and stuff. But every day counts. Every day counts. Every day that something do not happen, that's another day, honey. You can go ahead. Oh, today I'm finna plant me some russet potatoes. Yeah, I'm finna plant some russet potatoes today. And just another day to prepare. Go out and get you some tart. If you need some tart for something, you can hold a lot of stuff in some tart. Every day that something do not happen, that's another day we got to prepare. Hit some food shelves up. I still got to do that. Go to food shelves at least 3 times a week. Some of them is unlimited before everybody start taking their asses there. I mean, just to be getting some stuff. Hit up the yard sales, your thrift stores. Go on to them and get what you need and stuff. That old used stuff, some of it is still going to be worth it for you. Look at that little lantern I got right there. Yeah, you're going to make your way to that bucket tonight. Here, get this lantern right here. Let me put you a little teacup off in it. I'm just saying. You got to heat up them beans that you got over there. Honey, when you make that little bitty fireplace, we're going to use some cement or some bricks. We're going to have like a big old can of some yams or something like that. I don't know how we're going to fix it up. We're going to wash it out real good. And we're going to fix it up and put some little coals, some little sticks or something like in there to get a little fire going. But something like this right here just go for the dryer. It go behind a dryer shit. Hell, to get the lint going outside. Honey, if I don't fashion this with some duct tape around there and blow that smoke outside, it ain't even got to be hot. Burn your tongue and stuff. Just heat it up just enough so that baby can eat some of these beans over here. Get all the lentils you can get. Black eyed peas. You know, black eyed peas is good. They got that little meaty texture to them too. You can make your flapjacks. Make some flapjacks with your black eyed peas and stuff. Heat it up real fast. Because, see, the key is you're going to want to be unnoticed. You want to be unheard. You want to be unnoticed. You want to settle down. Everybody be calm. Them babies ain't ripping and running and stuff around here. The little bit we got in here, the little taste of rice right here, float your rice. Make sure it ain't plastic. I'm just saying. Yeah, we all got to be involved in something, preoccupied with something so we can settle down. Because anybody know your ass got that food over there, they come take everything. They come and take every goddamn thing, even if it's old. They don't care. Leave me a box of cereal for my children, please. Now, you know you ain't going to eat no plain cornflakes. Well, I'm sorry, face. I got to take it with me. Our babies will, though. I'm just saying. You're going to have to be unnoticed, unheard, unseen. Hey, I don't know. Use your car, too. Stack some stuff in your vehicle, especially if you got a garage. You got your own land and stuff, and it's private. Ain't nobody going to be able to go out there and pick your lock on your car because they know, oh, yeah, she got canned goods in here and Pop-Tarts. Don't get all that sweet stuff, though. I'm just naming shit. You know, yeah, do stuff like that so you'll be ready. But, yeah, are we going to read a little bit? Maybe like 10 or 15, maybe 30 minutes. Copyright disclaimer on the 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news support, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is the use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. I really do want us to finish Powernomics. Yeah, here it is right here. And we coming along with it. I'm learning a little bit. But, yeah, so I need to do better with it. Maybe I'll come on a little earlier sometimes. Because we on chapter 4. Well, I'm really trying to get to chapter 7. I'm trying to get to chapter 7 about the Black political party. So, yeah, we done learned about a coalition building, motherfucking setup. We done learned about all the monopolies against Black America, wealth monopoly, religious monopoly. Hell, they even got language monopoly, educational monopolies, all kind of monopolies and shit so that you can't get in. You can't find your way in. The three maldistributions of the three major impediments against us is number one, the maldistribution of the wealth. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got a dime or a dollar to give our people and stuff. You know, we just don't. They don't set us up that good. Then there's the inappropriate behavior. Then there's also the lack of a national plan. And that's what this is right here by Dr. Claud Anderson. So we reading it. I'm reading, I'm studying it as I go. I'm familiarizing myself as I read. If I don't read it no more till we read it again, or I get where I'm supposed to be, and then I'm going to pull out my book too. When everybody else pull out their books, I'm going to pull out mine too. And the books I don't got, can you print that off or let me take it home? Because, honey, I annotate a book. Honey, baby, child, I will annotate a book. I annotated Claudia Jones. I sure did on a little bitty notepad. It's still in one of the book things. But, yeah, I annotate a book so I can get them notes. Shh. And don't tell me I won't do the work. I ain't motherfucking sincere. Yeah, I'm just saying. We got to make ourselves available for this. I do. Yeah, but chapter 4, restructuring schools for group competitiveness. Oh, then we learned about ethno-aggregation and vertical integration, and we learned the difference between neighborhoods and communities. There's so many awesome things in this book. We learned what we need to have and stuff, which is right combination of skills, appropriate mindsets, a clear direction, a sense of group self-interest, and we need a competitive group spirit. 4 Powernomic tools is empowerment culture, a group vision, a paradigm of ethno-aggregation and vertical integration. There's so many wonderful things in this book. There's no reason why after 20 years, I'm 20 years late. There's no reason why we shouldn't already have this national plan up and running. Maybe we do. And when I make it there, instead they're going to be like, yeah, we knew somebody was coming for this last seat. Face, where you been? I take the long way around. Restructuring schools for group competitiveness. When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. He will find his proper place and stand in it. When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. He will find his proper place and stand in it. Sure will. Yep. They go right back. That resonates with me with what Dr. Brother Psychologist Ray Hagan said. Like your mindset. This how religion got your mindset. But I'm just speaking in general in terms of this right here. This is your mindset. Everything that you are indoctrinated, programmed to hold on to believe, and that's your all in all, honey. You're going to ride or die for that right there. That right there. But within that circle, you're going to do what's allowable, what's approved, what's acceptable in that circle right there. In other words, that's what it is. You're going to find your way to find something. It might be going to the movies. It might be going and be an athlete, a famous athlete. It might be a pastor, or whatever it may be. It's going to be within that controlling, that programming, that indoctrinating that it's talking about. When you control a man's thinking, he going to find himself where he's supposed to be at. You ain't going to have to tell him. Go on up there and be a #1 basketball player. Go on up there and do it. They're going to automatically find their way to that. I'm just saying. They ain't got to tell them. Go on out there and, do this and do that. Once you control them, yeah, they look for it. They'll look for it. And that's what he said. The space inside this circle represents my realm of knowledge. All that I think I know about whatever I think I know is depicted right here within this circle. I must keep in mind that there is more to know than what is within the circumference of my awareness. Dr. Ray Hagan. Yeah, it's a whole setup, y'all. It is. Malcolm was not lying when he said you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled. You've been made a big ass fool. Don't be a dummy too. I'm telling you, even AI is fucking picking with black folks. And that was Dr. Carter G. Woodson, 1933. The traditional role of schools for black children must be changed in order to make them functional and relevant in the lives of black Americans. Black schools must empower black children by functioning as extensions of the family, teaching the realities of life, dispensing knowledge and honing skills. See, our babies need knowledge. I ain't gonna keep stopping this, but I ain't gonna never finish this book. It is from these collective school experiences that black children learn to perceive the world and their place in it as individuals, as well as members of a race of people. Schools have yet to perform these tasks. Ain't that what I've been telling y'all? Malcolm told us we still put our babies in there. Ask them folks trying to infiltrate in your family. So what you gonna do for my son's people? You want to be with Derek? You in love with Derek? Huh? Well, I got a couple questions to ask you. The first one is, what are you gonna do for Derek people? What's your plan? I'm just saying, fuck the dumb shit. It is from these collective school experiences that black children learn to perceive the world and their place in it as individuals, as well as members of a race of people. Either we teach them or white folks gonna teach them. Schools have yet to perform these tasks. Changing black schools into what they should be will require major restructuring. I'm saying major. I mean, we got to use extreme measures now. Do things we never thought we would be doing. You gonna have to make reading your pastime. Every time I don't care if you ain't been reading, but as soon as you know Shay finna get off that bus, honey. You need to have a book in your hand every time. Set the standard for reading. I'm just saying that's what I'm doing, reading. Set the standard for reading so they can have that knowledge and stuff. They need it. Our babies need it. That's gonna make you elevate so fast, sis. I mean, wow. You're gonna be coming into your own then, honey. Oh, the ancestors are so proud. Restructuring Black schools will require more than just tinkering with a few programs. We would need our schools to produce children who are appropriately trained to implement the Powernomics plan in our communities, in our economic development, politics, and in our churches too. You hear that? Powernomics, this plan right here. Is that why Black folks been ignoring this? Because this got to be in economic development, political development, in our churches development. They've been having that same building fund for near now 49 years. And ain't got nothing done to it but that door, because sister ran into it during that storm or what have you. But the same building fund. Yeah, something got to change. Clearly, it will be necessary to make changes in what and how our children are taught. The new instructional programs and proposed solutions must be based upon the realistic needs and socioeconomic problems of Black children. If our problem is that our race inculcates values of individualism that hurt our people, then schools must design a solution to that problem. If our problem is that our race inculcates values of individualism that hurt our people, then schools must design a solution to that problem. Like looking out for yourself, and that's it, and that's all. You don't give a damn if you got 10 loaves of bread. I got 10 pieces of bread. I ain't giving nobody now. You don't care if you got a whole bushel of peppers, onions, potatoes. I ain't giving nobody now, not even the baby. You know, that right there. Then schools need to be able, the village, schools need to be able to let and have a course that's teaching us that, hey, we got to do better. We got to look out for the village and stuff. Like we used to have home economics, they'll serve like that sort of thing, to me, in my opinion. The new instructional programs and proposed solutions must be based upon the realistic needs and socioeconomic problems of Black children. If our problem is that the race inculcates, okay, it is our problem. If our problem is that the adults in our race feel successful only when they work in white corporations, then our schools must devise a solution and instill new values in the children. But see, that's a problem because most of the schools got white teachers. And white teachers haven't done this yet. At the bottom line, we as Black people must accept full responsibility for the quality of education our Black children receive. There are few, if any, incentives for the majority society to operate Black schools that prepare Black children to compete in the economy. White society has a monopoly of control over the power of schools, and much of that power is hostile to our interests and opposed to our advancement. That's what Malcolm was talking about. Black America and its schools. Dr. Carter G. Woodson said in The Miseducation of the Negro, Black people are the only group of people who take their most precious possessions, their children, and ask their oppressors to educate them and to mold and shape their minds. Today, Black people are totally dependent upon the majority society, white people, to prepare Black children to compete with white children. White control of Black schools presents a conflict of interest for the majority white society, whose primary interest is in its own children. As long as Black people continue to wait on white society to educate their children, they will be waiting for a long time. Still wait. Don't forget, we 20 years behind with this book. Black America must educate its children through community-based partnerships between students, teachers, parents, churches, and businesses. The same building principles that were used in rebuilding our communities can be applied to schools, which are essential institutions and functional communities. Schools are also communities in and of themselves. That should be built based upon a strong sense of community, trust, cooperation, and group accountability. When teachers, children, and parents work together toward group goals, they naturally evolve into a community of interest that they do control. The design elements for education in the Powernomics plan are very purposeful. You can't go wrong. This is fail-proof. This chapter describes how to apply the Powernomics principles of ethno-aggregation and vertical integration to education. Now, you know, we read about ethno-aggregation and vertical integration and how they work together for economics. Now, it'll also work for education. That's why we got our personal libraries. You have been working on your personal libraries. Remember, we've been working on them. Don't come home with no damn Helen Keller. Just get you some black books. This plan is intended to foster a love and respect for educational excellence and also provide a framework of self-discipline, a sense of community, and racial pride. This framework places a premium on cooperation and harmony and is intended to foster strong and productive alliances between Black families, Black schools, Black businesses, Black public offices, Black civic institutions, and Black churches as we recreate them through Powernomics. See, ain't none of this. Dr. Claud already done said, no infiltrating. No white folks, no Black people, Black Americans. You, me. That's it. We don't want no infiltrating this. I know you got a Black husband and your one daughter look darker than I do. But no. Ain't nobody coming back telling you nothing. We got to be very serious about that. We can't have no more infiltrating on us and what we're trying to build for us. You know, that, and other people ought to understand if your ass don't, that's too bad. You ain't coming. You know. So this framework places a premium on cooperation and harmony, and it's intended to foster strong and productive alliances between our Black families, schools, businesses, public offices, civic institutions, and churches as we recreate them through Powernomics. We're going to recreate all of that. Every motherfucking thing finna change. More importantly, Powernomics creates an educational process that is specifically tailored to correct the historical weaknesses of our schools by linking them to a national economic and political empowerment plan. I don't think Dr. Claud won't tell us to join with another political party. I really do not. What does Black America need from its schools? Any plan to empower Black America must have the involvement of Black schools to prepare the human or intellectual capital that we need to carry out this plan. Under the right circumstances, education can empower an individual or a group by conveying knowledge, skills, values, culture, and attitudes. If we are going to effectively deal with this nation's structural inequality and the inappropriate behavior patterns of some Black people, then schools must accept the burden of producing the human capital we need to achieve these critical objectives. Otherwise, we will have the blind people leading the blind people. Nothing underscores racial inequality of power and wealth more than this nation's education system. And at this point right here, because I know a lot of folks say, well, Face don't know what the hell she's talking about and stuff, because I'm going to heaven anyway. But I just want to say, look at the blind leading the blind now. Look at our people now. Just look at us now. Ain't nobody going nowhere. Just running off a cliff. Everybody just running, jumping off a cliff. Yeah, I'm free. And like it's fun, you're going to come back. Just stampeding. Just motherfucking stampeding. At some point, you run out of ground. You run out of ground. Yep, I'm just saying. So the question is, how can schools that are underfunded and ill-equipped produce Black children that are competitive with white children? We need an education model that meets and serves the specific needs of Black children. The test of a model is whether it empowers Black people to compete in political and economic marketplaces. Nothing more, nothing less. We need an education model that meets and serves the specific needs of Black children. Black children. The test of a model is whether it empowers Blacks to compete in political and economic marketplaces. Nothing more, nothing less. If it don't empower our children to compete in political and economic marketplaces, that ain't it. If it empowers their ass to get out here and become a football star, a basketball star. I love singing songbirds, but a singer, rapper, you know, then yeah, you probably took the wrong left. I'm just saying. We need to do this right here so our babies can become competent and competitive in politics and economic marketplaces. Because politics is kind of intimidating. And you know, finances is too. Economics, financial literacy, all of that good shit. Yeah, it is kind of intimidating to us. We didn't get them educational pinnacles. We didn't make it there. I may be the first one to say it, but no, we didn't make it there. We didn't make it to none of your pinnacles. So now we know that you made it and stuff. Yeah, it's time for you to use it. It's time for your ass to use it. Empowering Black children is more than teaching them math and reading skills. It is more than preparing them for public sector jobs or high-ranking positions in other people's businesses, in other people's communities. They must know how to compete for wealth and power rather than poverty and acceptance. They must know how to produce rather than consume. They must know how to be job producers rather than job seekers. For schools, preparing Black America to compete means removing the chains of inappropriate behavior and teaching them to see for themselves, think for themselves, and behave anew for themselves. The classroom education must be relevant to the real world outside of the school, and Black children should learn more in classrooms than they do on the streets. Black children need schools to teach them how to live a life and how to earn a living in an increasingly pluralistic and competitive world. Only when schools are able to perform these functions will they be able to ever close the learning gap between Blacks and whites and other ethnic groups. Matter of fact, other ethnic groups are passing Blacks in school. Yep. A look at the traditional role of schools. Whoa. And we read this. I just wanted to start at the beginning. We had got, I think, at this part right here. And I wasn't sure, so I wanted to go back. Horace Mann, Horaceman, the architect of the common school system, ignored the existence of slavery. Horace Mann, that motherfucker ignored the existence of slavery. Yep. He's the architect of the common school system. That's his design. The school, what they call it, Marvel Collins called it, it'll come to him. The public school, that's what we know it as, the public school. But yeah, he's the architect of the common school system, where he ignored the existence of slavery and racism and described public education as the great equalizer. Ain't that some shit? Let you know that it was for white folks. Man was persuaded by the nature of the times to envision schools as an institution for white kids. He felt that schools for the less privileged would provide them opportunities for social and economic advancement. They get that over there in Black schools. They don't need to come over here to white schools for that. So he was just building his curriculum for white kids. When Black kids got over there and stuff, although it seemed like, you know, they were accessible to the same classes and the same routes and stuff, they weren't welcome. They weren't helped, you know. So yeah, they, instead of taking a financial literacy class, hell, just go ahead, let me try out for cheerleading. You don't get on cheerleading because they need white girls for that. Well, let me try for the basketball team or something like that. And Dr. Claud just saying we need our babies to be interested in economics and politics. And I agree. A look at the traditional roles, that's where we're now. He felt that schools for the less privileged would provide them opportunities for social and economic advancement. I don't know why Black folks didn't think that. Blacks eventually got access to public schools, but their treatment by the educational enterprise, which ignored their unique experiences and competitive needs, stands as a national disgrace. America's school system traditionally served as a major conduit for racism. It cooperated with social institutions to maintain the structural inequalities that predetermine Black children's life chances. Today, 2025, schools have not fully committed themselves still to providing Black children a high quality and relevant education. Instead, though, social scientists and politicians have devoted half a century to charging Black people with inferior intelligence and poor educational values. Historical facts debunk these charges, as well as the claim that schools fail Black children. Because some Black children do exceed, go far in the school. It costs you in the school system. They go far. They exceed, honey, so intelligent. But that's a given. They're geniuses. We're gods and goddesses. We're gods and goddesses. We are our melanin. It's like a conduit of knowledge too, not just energy and protectiveness. It's like a conduit of knowledge too, instinctual knowledge. Once our mind is familiar with something, we can kind of like and fit it together and stuff like that. So yeah, we have had people that have been very successful and dominant. They dominate that education system and stuff. But a whole lot of us, like myself, namely myself, yeah, I quit in 11th grade. I failed. It failed me. I failed it too. That motherfucker failed me. My mama, my daddy, everybody graduated but me. I was the first one to drop out. Yeah, I think I was the first one to drop out. Who gets to 11th grade and dropped out and stuff? But I'm just saying, there was nothing there for me and stuff to keep my attention, my focus. That's why we need more than just reading and writing. Teaching our baby. We need to teach them these skills and this knowledge that they need. And white women was not finna do it when they was in school, and they still not. Education is supposed to reward citizens for academic achievements based on the rule that the more education you have, the more wealth and money you gain. However, Figure 11 tracks economic and educational progress and reveals that there is practically no relationship between Black people's level of wealth and income and their level of educational achievements. When we examine the educational accomplishments of Blacks from the 1860s to the 1960s, that's 100 years, we see astounding accomplishments. Figure 11 also shows that in the early 1860s, approximately 98% of America's Black population was illiterate by design. Couldn't nobody read. Very few. Them 200 people that could read, you didn't see them. You hardly ever seen them. Yep. Following the Civil War, nearly 25 million European immigrants came to America with the same illiteracy as the Black ex-slaves. Within the 30 years between emancipation and the Plessy versus Ferguson decision of 1896, Black people cut their illiteracy in half, reducing it from 98% to 48% in 30 years. That's how it happened with Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was almost seemingly overnight. Now 30 years is not overnight, I know. But compared to 400 years of white America bullshit, yeah, that was overnight. In Tulsa, 1865, from when we were physically free to 1919 when they burnt down Tulsa and the other massacres that they did to my ancestors and stuff, that was like seemingly overnight. White folks are so afraid of that Black dominance, they don't know what to do. Just fake it till we make it, I guess. Make what? Try to be the next Black people, I guess. Somebody want to be the next Black people, but I'm just saying the power in you, honey, you got to find it, my sister. Find it, honey. Let's find it and hold on to it. That's us. That's us. However, as European immigrants achieved educationally, they moved up in wealth. They moved up in income and in political empowerment. They moved up in social acceptance and business ownerships. Yeah, when them other people came over here, they white. I just already understood they're white. Well, we moved up with education, but they moved up with their education in wealth, education, income, political empowerment, social acceptance, business ownership. We didn't move up in any of those things. Blacks were on the bottom and stayed on the bottom. There was no direct relationship between their astounding educational achievements and benefits. Black people did not receive increased incomes, upward mobility, or political empowerment in accord with their educational achievements. The reason for their lack of forward mobility is simple, y'all. Educational achievement by itself cannot override structural racism, baby, and make Blacks politically and economically self-sufficient or competitive. Educational achievement by itself. Because, see, we pride ourselves on graduation. Graduating, yeah, I don't care what you do, what you got to go through. You get that. You get that diploma, buddy. You go get that diploma. You get that paper. You deserve that diploma. You get that diploma if you don't do nothing else. Yeah, did you get it? Did you get your diploma? I just want you to get your diploma. But without that, just that diploma, honey, everybody should have motherfucking quit. Should have motherfucking, hey, I quit. I'm not doing this no more. It ain't giving us nothing. It didn't do nothing but glorify white achievement, the white man's achievements. That's all it did. That's all it did. Them little bitty loopholes you got in them seats that was made to sit down right there because of the education didn't do nothing but set your asses up. Then do pretty much fatten us up to hand us over to white America. Yeah, I brought them here. I brought them, master. Here they are. Well, where you want me to sign? Yeah, just set us up and stuff. So I feel like that, and I'm sincere about it. Fuck the dumb shit. It's over with now. All of that is over with now. The reason for their lack of mobility, educational achievement, y'all, we had to have something with it. That's because did nothing lead our focus to be on economic studies and political studies. Them son of a bitches do that shit on purpose, goddamn it. I did never have a teacher to suggest to me, even when I was in the 11th grade, hey, Face, I think you would be interested in this right here. Let's get you in some whatever them classes is and stuff, I'm going to find out so I can let you know. Tell your babies in all your courses and stuff, look for this. Look for that right there. You know how you go in there, you look for language and arts and stuff. It's got to be a key word, too, for politics and economics and stuff like that in them syllabuses or whatever it is, the curriculum. It's got to be, y'all. Dr. Claud gonna have it in this book. I know he is. This is true because education is a determiner of class, but it does not transcend or eradicate racial boundaries for Black people. It don't. No. Education is a determiner of class. It can help you get a little bit more money and maybe move up on the ladder, but it don't transcend or eradicate racial boundaries. Not for your people. Your ass just living in a mini mansion. Hell, everybody else still living down in them little shacks on East End. I'm just saying. Even as late as the early 1950s, census data indicated that a white high school graduate earned more than a Black college graduate. And this was in 1950. You see how they made a fool out of my mom and my grandmama and my great-grandmama? In 1950s. A white high school graduate, as just graduated yesterday, earned more than a Black college graduate who been in school all this time. A Black person earned only 54 cents for every $1 bill that a white person earned. The largest number of Black people ever entered college and government service following the Black Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s. That was it. After that, it's like we just took a nosedive, and we ain't there no more. Ain't there no more. Blacks' earned income went as high as 67 cents for every dollar that white people earned in the mid-1970s before falling back down to 56 cents again in the 1980s. So it did rise, but then it went back down. But see, the rising was when we had the civil rights movement. We was all about us. See, that's the connection. We was all about us, baby. We wasn't about nobody else. No, I don't need no ride from your ass. I walk. You ain't even got to say nothing. Black woman ain't even got to say nothing. You just keep walking on about your business with your book in your hand and stuff. Yeah, you have to reach like that, like Harry tell me. You pull out what you need and stuff. But yeah, y'all, that's when we are our greatest. When we together, when we focused on us, when we loving us, forgiving us, taking care of us. Honey, please. Miss me with all that bullshit. Soon as you get your first harvest, take everybody a bag of vegetables and let them know, honey, when you cut the top off these onions and bell peppers and carrots, stuff, plant that in some dirt. I'm gonna bring you some soil back. Plant it in some soil and stuff so you can have your own garden growing right there in the kitchen. Throw everything out of the closet. Use that closet and make you your own inside garden right there in the closet. I might do that this. Oh, thank you, ancestors. That's what I'm gonna do this winter. My walk-in closet with the office, I'm going to make that my garden, my inside garden. I'm going to have my little plant light in there. I'm going to keep the temperature warm for them. I might be sitting out here bundled up reading to y'all, yeah, and them motherfuckers y'all. But that garden gonna be warm in there. I go in there and sit in there with them. We'll be reading and stuff. I just pick off a pepper off of there and stuff. Face, why you eating and reading? Hell, I'm hungry, shit. At least wait till you get done. But I'm just saying, y'all. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this. That is gonna be so awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Cause we need this. Nearly. So we know that the income went up and went down. You know, our pay went up and went down. Our love for each other, all that went up and went down. But it only went up when we were focused on us. That's the only time it went up. Income has remained relatively unchanged now. You might got a little spike now. I don't know. That's because, you know, we doing other things now. We're taking extreme measures now. We're using AI now. Technology now. You know, we're doing things differently now. We're getting businesses now on our own skills. Sister can braid her damn good. I want sister to draw me the drunkard's path in my hair. Yeah, that's what one of the slaves escape raps. They took the drunkard's path because white folks couldn't keep up with it. You know, the drunkard, he's stumbling and stuff. I want her to braid that in my hair. Yep, I sure do, honey. And maybe the next time I'll pay her good. And the next time I want her to draw the bears, the bear paws, the bear path. And you follow the bear path. When they follow the bear path, that's because they know. They're going to find berries, nuts. They're going to find a little stream, you know, on their way to freedom. So if they see a quilt hanging out on that tree right there, they know. Yeah, we're taking a bear's paw today. I ain't got to take many biscuits. Because we're going to find berries and nuts. We're going to have a little water. I might take a flask and have another one so I can fill it up on the way. But see, that right there, black people, that's us, honey. Be proud of yourself, honey. Oh, I'm so grateful. Thank you, my ancestors. But let's read. This is it right here. Unfortunately, many black leaders, just like white folks, tend to believe that the legacies of centuries of slavery, Jim Crow semi-slavery, and benign neglect policies ended in the 1970s. And I was born in the 70s. And they say here that some white folks thought it ended too, but see, white folks knew it didn't end. White folks knew it didn't end because they knew they still had their benefits that they asses was getting. They still had their privilege that they asses was getting. Now they feeling that they losing some of that protection of the complexion. Just a little bit of it, though. Just a little bit. They ain't losing that much of it, though. That's what that is, in my opinion. Even with increasing evidence that integration has failed, they continue to believe that integration, in and of itself, wiped the racial slate clean. They believe all ethnic and racial groups started out even in the 1970s, and therefore, if black people are suffering inequalities, they are due to the differences in natural talents. It is naive of black people and white. It is naive of black leadership and white leadership to believe that 4 centuries of racial exploitation, oppression, and denial of educational opportunities can be so easily erased. However, 20 years later, the asses done got Trump in there, honey, erasing every motherfucking thing about yourself. People, little kids, and look, our gathering and stuff. Oh, please let us survive this, ancestors, and we will. Gonna say in about 50, 25, 15 years, maybe, black people really existed. Yeah, they're gonna be talking. It's some black people that existed. Y'all hear about them black folks that used to live? Yeah, they ain't gonna believe it. So they're gonna be like, show us the proof. Where they at? Come on, let's sneak away to the smart cities. You'll see them in them smart cities. That's where they at. Yeah, carrying them motherfucking ass. Sabrina too. Sabrina gonna tell them everything about you. Every motherfucking thing. Sure will. Wealth and other inequalities continue primarily because the planned inferior education provided to black people was never designed to give them countervailing power to offset the racism to which they would be exposed in mainstream society. Did nothing prepare y'all for mainstream society and stuff. Nothing. White folks didn't. Black folks didn't. Your churches didn't. Education didn't. Nothing didn't, honey. Sure didn't. But I'm telling you what I think is going to happen. I hope it don't. I hope don't none of this happen. Maybe we'll all wake up and all of this was, yeah, your dream. Martin, yeah, I'm just saying this stuff. But I love y'all. That's it. That's it. Tomorrow we'll start with education is not enough. Now it ain't enough that we just sitting here reading. I'm just starting reading. Hopefully, you know, the ancestors keep trusting me to do this, and they'll show me, yeah, I do got some other things to do as it is now. But yeah, as long as they know I'm sincere, hey, I'm just one. I don't even like technology. So they bearing with me with this. But it's gonna take more than education. That's it. But I love y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm gonna let us go because my computer finna die anyway. My laptop is. But yeah, I'll find the proper charge and stuff. I love you to life and afterlife. Go out and have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. Pick some dandelions. Take your shoes off. Take your shoes off, honey, and just be swinging them in your hand. Pick some dandelions if you see them. Pick me one or two. Shit, blow one for me and blow it to the ancestors. This for face, and blow it up there to them and stuff. Look at that dandelion. They so pretty, beautiful. They so symmetrical. When you look at it, you see all the designs and stuff going around, like the lotus flower, the tree of life, and all that design stuff. Everything is just not in a straight line like they taught us was and stuff. No, life is like in a design. Everything is in a design, and then it connects with everything. It's so beautiful and stuff. Yeah, but I love y'all. Let me get y'all on out of here.